Hey, it's me, college dropout slash disappointment. Want to hear me talk about an irrelevant topic?
No.
Alright, too bad, I'ma still talk about it. I know this is late to make a video about 2020, but I still wanted to throw it out there since I did consume a decent amount of anime. But 2020 as a whole was pretty disappointing from an anime aspect. I mean, it's pretty obvious why. I feel that a lot of my 2020 was spent on catching up on older shows that I never had the time to watch, or just reading manga. Never in my life thought I'd say I wish One Piece was longer, but I'm glad the manga was still waiting for me after I finally caught up. I mean, it kind of felt like I was back in the 2000s when it came to the number of animes I watched per season. Obviously that's a joke since there was still a good amount of shows that were interesting, but in 2019, it felt like there was no end to the good amount of shows that came out. In 2020, it felt like everybody was obsessed with VTubers and manga compared to the anime that was put out. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about some of the shows that I ended up watching this year and give my thoughts on it as a whole. I still have to watch some shows like Kaguya and ID Invaded, however it's pronounced, but since it's already so late, I'll just hold the L on that. Alright, let's get this shit opinion fest started. I'm putting all three of these shows together since it felt like I needed to get this off my chest, but all three big webtoon animes were a big disappointment. Let me clarify first, I didn't read any of the manhwas beforehand, so I just went with what other YouTubers are saying. Anyway, I went into each thinking I was going to discover something epic, but each episode didn't clear the bar as I hoped. First, Tower of God turned right into Tower of Simp, also fuck Rachel. Second, the God of High School tournament arcs were underwhelming and the random stuff that they threw at you like this.
Stop fooling yourself, you stupid little girl!
Didn't hit at all. And third, I'm gonna be real with you and tell you, I didn't finish Noblesse. I was already disappointed with the other two, so my patience was already low. I watched a good 4 episodes feeling confused about what was happening. I mean, reading the manga would have helped, but I don't know, I wasn't hooked at all. The characters felt bland and the story jumped to different plots quickly. I'll probably end up reading the manga for it to give it another chance, but the webtoon adaptations were overall disappointing. Alright, a little speed run. Yeah, Haikyuu still slaps. Akadami Drive was okay. I thought the show didn't know what to do with itself during the second half, and the ending was whatever. Interspecies Reviewers was basically a hentai for the boys. I don't know, that's all I have to say for this. Oh yeah, the drama with the anime list and streaming sites had me dying. It's crazy though, because it felt like it was 5 years ago since all that drama had happened. When I see gritty fight scenes with magic involved, great characters and story building, how about a roach with some J's on? Well, that's what this show has for you. I'd say this was probably one of my favorites of the year since it felt unique. I love the random humor thrown in, I love the fights, the characters, all of it. It was great. I just wish it had more than just 12 episodes since there's still so much I want to see, so I hope it gets a second season. Yeah, next. Everyone wanted to see what a Christian marriage looked like in an anime. Well, that's what Tonikawa Over the Moon for You is. It's just a feel-good anime that does everything right. It took all the drama out of a normal slice-of-life romance and gave you this masterpiece. At first I thought I'd be bored by this type of anime, but it just went well together. It made me feel less depressed than it made me feel more depressed since I'll never have this type of life with someone. I thought this anime would be interesting, but it ended up being boring. The plot points were whatever, and the pacing of the show felt crappy. It went from, haha, we're ditching class because we're depressed, to, damn, them thighs though. It's just a mid-show, nothing special. This felt like a work of art. You could see the passion put in by the characters to show their work. I love the personalization of each stage and how unique each of the characters were. It reminded me of when I was a kid, playing with toys or with my friends, imagining a story that wasted the whole day. It just felt nostalgic in every episode, even if it was unrelated to my life. I find this anime irritating in a way. I already know this is going to be a subtle rant to an extent, so I apologize. This show felt like reading a shitty argumentative essay in high school. It had all the evidence to contradict itself, but it still leads to a shitty answer. All the characters had their flaws and were selfish in different ways. The portrayal of each character felt off and didn't match the conclusion. I knew after a while that it was going to be mid. I knew the answer at the end would be okay at best. Overall, I'd say that this anime felt awkward in a sense. I get that the characters are supposed to be stuck in certain parts, be that life, career choice, relationships, death, anything. It just felt more like a high school drama that got extended. I don't know. I'll just say that it was produced poorly and I just didn't vibe with the characters. On a better note though, god damn, I miss ReZero. The story keeps getting better and better. You get a heart-wrenching first episode with Rem getting taken out of action. You get Garfield the cat attacking at random times. It was just still throw curveballs at you. And finally, we got more out of Subaru. We got to see him go from just an isekai character to an isekai character with more development. I love seeing his past and learning more about him. I feel that his journey through the world has been unique compared to other isekais in the past, which is why I still love this show to this day. I'm a fan of dark anime, so I get hyped with every episode. I don't know, that's all I have to say for it. Yeah, I don't know why I'm still watching this. I didn't like the pacing and the whole drama of each episode felt scattered. Plus the build up to certain fights or confrontations felt so bland and boring. I mean, the animation and music slapped, but this anime as a whole has been pretty disappointing. I'm glad that they made this bitch more useful instead of having her get naked in every other fight scene. This anime had so much to it. It was just a train wreck from the start and I just couldn't stop watching. Every episode had that bruh moment. I mean, this dude got handed so many L's throughout the span of 12 episodes. It reminded me of one of those reality TV dramas where the people fight each other for the most random reasons. This anime is so amazing. I don't know where this will go wrong. Fuck. That's how I felt watching the show. I love the characters, the art, the settings, the scheme. Then it hits you with that solid 4 out of 10 ending. This is a heavy spoiler warning, so proceed with caution. Alright, so the story focuses on Laurent's backstory, which is pretty interesting. I thought the way that they tied Laurent's connection to Edamora's dad was pretty cool. I also think Edamora having compassion for the kids and showing that the toll of being an undercover member of a trafficking company was done well. Then the twist hits you and you're like, what the fuck is happening? Blah blah. It leads to getting revenge for Laurent's partner who you loved, but what happens was so unnecessary and dumb. Like, you drug the people, you build a whole ass building to take them to, then you wake them up to do a scheme just to have them stay on an island. You also have the people who fucked you over throughout the whole series help you even though they should hate you. But nah, they're chill now. Then to top it off, Laurent's partner is still alive? What the fuck? It just made me feel like I wasted my time. What was the point of all this shit happening when everybody's playing buddy-buddy and your revenge is shit and pointless? Alright, I'ma chill now. On a better note, the ending was pretty cool. Jujutsu Kaisen from the start showed a lot of potential to be a top anime. And one fight or scene could blow it up, like how Demon Slayer's episode 19 ending had people going crazy in 2019. I like that it approached a more mature tone than the usual shonen. It reminded me of how Attack on Titan started, not to that extent. You get what I mean. You didn't know what would happen in each episode and it kept you guessing. It just feels like the best shonen anime find a way to add their spice to the scene, and that's what I see with Jujutsu Kaisen. I wish I had the vernacular to tell you what I mean, but nah, I'm too dumb and lazy to do that. It's just a great ass show with epic moments. If you're a shonen fan, then you'll love it. There you have it, all the 2020 animes that I watched. Overall, it was an okay year. I know a lot of people who are anime fans found 2020 to be really disappointing and gloomy with all the cancellations and whatnot. I personally didn't care that much since I had a big stockpile of shows that I ended up watching. Be that stuff that I wanted to rewatch or shows that I finally decided to give a try. On a more serious note, I feel that anime as a whole helped me get past a lot of the depressing times. It was an escape from the real world that took my mind off of losing a job, losing a loved one, and staying still in life. If I didn't have anime in my life, I don't know what I would have done. So I'm really fortunate, even if it's just a cartoon. Anyway, I'm bad with words, so instead of talking out of my ass, I'm gonna end the video. Anyway, if you enjoyed my shitty opinions, then give it a like and subscribe. It literally takes seconds and helps me a lot. I'll be making more content in the future about anime and anything related to anime, so I hope you join the ride. Alright, peace.